I'm Dan Drake. This is Front Up. With us today is Matt Fee, one of our selectmen and baker extraordinaire. Matt, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
You're looking fabulous.
Oh, well,
and I'm
thank you.
sure there are people wondering what's going on. So why don't you take a couple of minutes before we get into other stuff and just tell them what you've been doing.
I've been dieting. I've been careful what I eat. I've been doing Ideal Protein diet over at Mindy's at the chiropractors, and I let myself get a little bit too big. I was 274 pounds.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah. So I've lost about 100 pounds, and my blood sugar and all my vitals and things have come back. I was on the edge of a couple bad things, and it's been a good summer.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you're exercising?
I'm exercising. I didn't exercise for the first 3 or 4 months. You know, it'd be too much for the system. But I've started exercising the last couple of months. I'm riding my bike and sort of getting ready for the third phase. I'm in the first phase now, getting ready to go into the second phase and try to figure out how to turn my pancreas back on and not gain the weight. So it's neat.
Good. Well, and you go and get checked every week.
I go once a week.
This will continue for a while, and then you'll go in once a month or so.
Yeah, once I'm at my target weight more or less now. I have a little bit more to go to be in the.
Did you really expect you'd lose that much weight when you started?
No, and I didn't think I'd lose that much, and I didn't think it would take that much to be a healthy male. Supposed to be 25% body fat, and I'm about 25.5 now, so I'm getting close. So I've got a little bit more to do, but.
Must be so hard for somebody in your business, though, to hold back, as it were.
It is. I've had to spit out. I've had to taste things and spit them out.
Yeah.
I spit out cookies and
that's what a wine taster does too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no beer, no wine, no root vegetables.
No root vegetables.
No
right?
root vegetables.
So no carrots or something.
No carrots. No
onions?
too many sugars.
Yeah.
So I had no carrots. Tomatoes twice a week. So it's pretty strict. But it worked.
And then you have sort of faux meals from most of the time too, right? The packaged meals, or
well, I have and I'm a creature of habit, so I get up and I have a vanilla shake in the morning, and I have a salad and a couple cups of veggies, and then some chips or something at lunch, some protein chips. Dinner is usually 8 ounces of meat, 2 cups of veggies, unlimited salad. But on the salad, you can't have things like balsamic vinegar or red wine vinegar because there's too much sugar in it again. So I have apple cider vinegar and lemon and stuff like that. And then I can have like a protein bar at night and then drink probably 64 ounces of water, drink a ton of water, and stay away from beer, wine, soda, anything bad. So,
and hard stuff.
And hard stuff.
That has the most sugar, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Can't you treat yourself though? Once in a while?
I haven't, If I treat myself, it's been when I cheated, it was having a little bit of corn in my salad, or having a couple more tomatoes that I should have had, but it hasn't. I've stuck pretty much to it.
I think you have to. Once you go off it, you sort of tend to fall off the wagon, so to speak.
I think so, yeah. So. And it's, people have commented they think I look younger. They say, geez, you look 20 years younger, and
there's a big difference, and it's very, very commendable.
Yeah, no, and what I found, I've got a bad hip. I have osteoarthritis in both hips, and losing the weight has helped that.
It made that big difference there, yeah.
Yeah, and it was, that was partly weight, and it was playing sports in my youth, and manual labor in the bakery, and mostly genetics. I blame my dad and his brother. All of them had their hips replaced. So I'm in line for that, but I'm trying to avoid that by 15 years or so.
Sure.
So we'll see.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, good luck as you go down that, continue down that path.
No, thanks very much.
Back to your other role as a selectman.
Okay.
You've been back on the board for about 1.5 years now. How does this experience compare to your last one?
I think I'm a little more mellow. I think it's not quite as contentious. I think I've gotten older and a little more I can reflect on things a little better.
Maybe a little more pragmatic.
A little more pragmatic, yeah. And I think I realize things don't happen right away. That it's a process, and you have to get a little better every day and try not to let things slip. So, hey,
There are a bunch of capital projects coming along that are going to be are sort of slated in for votes at town meeting.
Right.
A new school, new elementary school, or a partial elementary school actually. Not partial in terms of a full building, partial in terms of the group it serves. And the fire station and the renovation of the old fire station, police station on South Water Street, and some other town projects. Those are the three big ones, I guess.
Right.
But what's your feeling about each one of them, first of all, and secondly, what's your sense about the community's appetite?
well, I think the timing. First off, I think the timing to do some of this is good. I think that there's some capital projects that are coming off. There's a way for us to do this and not impact the taxpayers that greatly. That said, I think we need to know what we're doing. My own take on it is we need to know what we're doing on the sewer. How are we paying for the sewer, which is $250 million? You know, and we should be doing. We've got a lot of the numbers are in now, so it's up to the selectmen and then to the sewer group to take a crack at it. I personally would like to see that done sooner rather than later. I'd like to know what the, what's the big nut, what's the whole picture before we commit. You know, I know we need to do something with the fire department. I know we need a school. You know, when we do that, the other part of it is let's make sure that we do this efficiently. If we can do a fire station for really going for 12 million instead of 14 million, we should do it for 12 million. So there's issues like that to make sure that we're really bidding it well and getting our money's worth.
$7 million, which is a number that's been bandied about for the South Water Street building,
Right.
the old fire and police station, seems like a lot of money for that.
It does seem
Yeah,
like a lot of money, and that's what kind of how do I say it? The municipal projects they're expensive. You look and you go, if I were bidding this, and those are some of the questions that we should be a little bit more dig into a little more deeply before we commit to some of this. I think that we need to make sure that we're not paying, more than we need to. There's a lot. There seems to be a lot of percentages and a lot of this and that and the other when you look at the projections.
I think the rule of thumb is that not only on Nantucket but elsewhere in the Commonwealth, it may be slightly high, but that municipal construction projects end up costing about 40% more than private sector projects.
Well, maybe that's
For a whole lot of reasons. I
Right.
mean, there's no one thing you can point to.
right. Prevailing wage being one.
That's right. And so it's a real conundrum,
Right.
because
Well, the other possibility is maybe we, instead of just advertising this and getting the same two bidders, maybe there's a way to target some other companies to get a little more competition for the bidding. I mean, maybe there's a way to.
well, when you figure that out, let me know, because that's an issue at the airport too for some things.
Right. Well,
And,
I have a couple of my high school buddies have some big companies that maybe we should be sending them a packet
Right.
and saying, hey, take a look at this. I know they looked. I got a call when the Whaling Museum was done. I don't know if they ever bid on it, but they had asked about that. So they're looking. There's guys looking for that one.
Some of the projects out of the airport, we've had 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 people ask for the packets, and 1 or 2 bidders.
Yeah.
And it's obviously out here on the island is a challenge.
Right.
But your point is well taken that we've got to look very closely at those costs and
No, I think
make
so.
sure we can justify them to the greatest extent.
Right. No, I
Okay.
think it's crucial.
We had one project out at the airport that we bid out. We got 1 bidder, and it was much more than not much more. It was about 15% more than we had budgeted.
Wow.
And we went to him and said, either you come down or we're going to rebid it. And he came down.
Right. Well, that's great.